I don't usually do game reviews, so I don't really know how to do them, but I really want to review this game because it's great and they were nice enough to ask me to be a beta tester for it. I think I need some sort of yardstick to measure against. Let's compare it to the best video game ever made, Shadow the Hedgehog 2005.
Men, forgive me.
So, complex moral decision making, check. Edgy, unlikable protagonist, check. Battling against the American government, check. Nebulous enemy named after a limb, check. Okay, we're doing well so far. So what is Invisible Fist about? Well, here's what the game has to say.
Invisible Hand, a term created by the economist Adam Smith in the 18th century. Some believe it's a natural force that regulates the free market without the help of governments. I want to buy, you want to sell. On balance. Everyone gets to eat their fucking happy meal. Once upon a time, capitalism was great, right? The invisible hand made cake with your mum in the kitchen. Nice hand. Helping hand. But the cold hard reality? The invisible hand has grown into an invisible fist and is on the rampage. We have the highest inequality in a century. Now, it's time for you to step up. Can you beat the invisible fist? Or will you end up getting knocked the fuck out too? Become Jeff, a self-made technological multi-billionaire. Rena, a middle-class university student. Lianhua, an electronics factory worker. And fight the invisible fist!
So in this game, you play as 3 different people, and they serve as 3 different difficulty settings. It clearly loses a mark here because none of them are edgy hedgehogs, and none of them are Adam Driver, but nonetheless, the layout we're playing as a tech billionaire is the easiest way to play the economy, is hilarious, and moreover, correct. The first protagonist, Jeff, is a real dingus. He's a Silicon Valley tech billionaire who's dating his phone, but seems to have reached the resentful long-term relationship stage with that. His mother prefers his brother who has a wife and kids, so instead of making terrible, stupid decisions like spending time with his family or going on some dates, he, like a true intellectual, starts designing an AI to replace her. So we first play as Jeff, working towards the launch of his new AI companion, Mona, Mother of the New Age, named after his mother, Mona. Hey guys, did you know Steve Jobs once named a computer after his daughter Lisa, who he'd been neglecting and trying to dodge custody of for years? 'Cause I did. And then I played this game. And then I chuckled. So how do you defeat the Invisible Fist? Well, Invisible Fist is a role-playing card game video game, an RPCGVG. Catchy. So if you hate turn-based combat, you can get back in your sewer of wrong opinions and lies now. You play cards on each turn, which cost hours of the day to either deal damage to the Invisible Fist, regain health, or reduce your stress, as well as special cards that have effects on other cards. This is the second place where this game is really fucking clever. In life, you have to play the cards you're dealt, and it's no different in Invisible Fist. Rather than retaining a strict move set, you will have different ways to tackle the game. Sometimes you'll have effective moves to damage the fist, sometimes you have ones that are total piss. Sometimes you can sleep like a baby, sometimes your only options are catnaps and Ambien. Sometimes Jeff does wholesome things like diving to relax, sometimes he does drugs or gets more raunchy, which is pretty funny, if you think hell is funny. The card game framing for this game is kind of a gift that keeps on giving. The mechanics blend to support the premise in a way that makes you forgive the game for being so on the nose. Actually, the anti-capitalist messaging of the game is so on the nose, it just sort of passes straight through the awkward zone into being just fucking great. When you play too many work cards, you have to spend one of your days just playing relax cards before your stress gets too high? That's great! When the character interacts with people in their life, they have to choose between maintaining their relationships or saving time to fight the Invisible Fist. That's great! I mean, it sucks for them, but you're playing it, it's just like, wow, okay, that's, yup. The fact I'm this excited about the game when it's only got a third of its content released is hopefully a clear enough message, but just in case it isn't, I think you're gonna like Invisible Fist. Right now you can only play as Jeff the Dingus, but if it continues how it started, I give it a tentative 0.8 Shadow the Hedgehogs. I heard all the cool kids support Curio on Patreon. me.